In LA this week,
a series of public meetings underway to discuss a proposed minimum wage increase for both the city and the county. Will it kill or create jobs? I'm Gil Reyes with opposing views from the mayor as well as the LA Area Chamber of Commerce.
A handful of Hollywood attractions come together to boost tourism in Hollywood. I'm Yana Ken, and I'll tell you what they're doing next.
I'm Anna Marcos. It's a plan to make LA more earthquake safe with an earthquake retrofit tax credit. That's coming up.
hello and welcome to LA This Week. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ellen Chang. The mayor's plan to boost the minimum wage is now under consideration in other cities and in unincorporated areas throughout LA County. And the mayor says workers' wages won't only improve, so will student performance. Gil Reyes explains.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us here.
LA Mayor Eric Garcetti touts his proposed minimum wage increase to families of Aurora Elementary School in South LA. Families like Hidali Mayos, her dad, a day laborer, struggles to make rent.
It will be very helpful because the rent over here in the community is not as low as we want it. It's really high and it keeps on getting higher.
The mayor's plan would raise the city's minimum wage to $13.25 an hour by 2017. The plan has won the support of the LA School Board because studies show poverty affects schoolwork.
When a young person is in a family living in poverty, then they are oftentimes in a housing situation that's unhealthy. That means they don't come to school. When they don't come to school, they can't get ahead. When they can't get ahead, all that's left for them is poverty when they go to the workforce as well.
But one study commissioned by the Los Angeles Area Chamber of Commerce says such a wage increase could be a job killer, negatively affecting small businesses, specifically those with 10 or fewer employees.
Businesses cannot adjust to a nearly 50% increase in minimum wages over the next 3 years.
Gary Tobin of the LA Area Chamber of Commerce suggests a more modest pay hike to be built up over a longer time.
We know that the more gradual the increase is, the easier it is for a business to be able to adjust.
But the mayor says his study by the Economic Roundtable could create tens of thousands of new jobs and boost local tax revenue sooner, while improving school performance in families struggling to make ends meet.
Not only mine, but everybody that's living in this community.
A series of public meetings are taking place in the coming weeks to discuss the proposals. In South LA, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
A third study conducted by UC Berkeley supports the mayor's plan. LA has long been known as the car capital of the world, but that is slowly changing as Ciclavia helps Angelenos discover their other wheels. Anna Marcos takes us on the ride as Ciclavia rolls into the valley for the very first time.
It's a day when street lights and cars are down, but anything else on wheels is up and about.
Let's ride, everybody! Let's ride, ride, ride!
Ciclavia fever has hit the valley. The event draws bicyclists, tricyclists, buggy riders, and skateboarding grandmas of all kinds as a way to find an alternative to the automobile for one day. Apparently, having a broken leg is no reason not to go on the Ciclavia ride.
I'm told 100,000 people today. This must be the Woodstock of cyclists.
It's a great opportunity for people to get out of their cars and engage with one another, to meet their neighbors.
LA saw its first Ciclavia in 2010. It has since held 11 Ciclavias throughout LA, but this is the first event in the valley, winding through such landmarks as the Studio City Farmers Market, Universal City, and the NoHo Arts District.
The world is an amazingly small place now where we can take a great idea from Colombia, have it here in Los Angeles, become an example for LA.
Akron and San Jose are looking at LA as our countless other cities to see how we do it and use it as a national model.
Several city leaders bring their children, their bikes, and their sense of adventure.
This is my official first Ciclavia, so much so that I learned to ride a bike yesterday. I did!
As for those who complain about the streets getting shut down, even many of the business merchants say, join in the fun.
From a business standpoint, this is great because you normally don't get this kind of traffic, especially, foot traffic The streets are closed off, but it obviously hasn't stopped people from coming out.
And for one day, a part of LA goes smog-free and car-free. The next Ciclavia event will take place in Pasadena in May. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
And folks took to Twitter to share photos from the first Ciclavia to take place in the Valley. That's our This Week in Tweets. City Attorney Mike Fewer tweeted photos of himself in a helmet and posing with a fellow cyclist. He thanked volunteers, residents, businesses for making Ciclavia such a great time. And at Gary Rides Bikes tweeted this awesome photo with the caption, "This dude's shopping cart sound system is amazing. Can hear that thing bumping dance music from blocks away." And at Gil McKinney shared this moody photo of the sky and palm trees, saying biking down Ventura Boulevard today was an experience I will remember forever. Hashtag Ciclavia Studio City. And as Anna mentioned, if you missed this one, Ciclavia's next event will be held in Pasadena on Sunday, May 31st. After an 8.5-year absence, Japan Airlines has resumed a vital service that officials say will further boost relations between the U.S. and Japan. Yana Kay has more.
These American and Japanese students from UCLA are heading to Osaka on Japan Airlines' inaugural direct flight to the city.
I'm really excited to get on this fast flight.
The students are going on an annual trip to Japan, and they say the direct flight is a time saver not only during their travels, but also when visiting family.
My aunt was actually telling me about this because she lives closer to Osaka than Tokyo, so it's going to be a lot easier for me to go and visit her now.
Los Angeles World Airports and Japan Airlines officials gathered for a ribbon cutting to welcome and introduce the inaugural nonstop daily service between LAX and Osaka Kansai Airport. The inaugural arrival from Osaka Kansai marks the first time this Boeing 787 links two major airports. Japan Airlines did offer this service 8.5 years ago, but stopped operations due to rising costs. Airline officials said that during that time, visitors from Osaka were unable to have direct access to the U.S., but now with resumed operations, they say that's about to change.
And they can fully utilize this gateway to the Northern America and United States and Canada.
Japan Airlines officials say they decided to bring back the route to LAX due to increased customer demand.
We are grateful to solidify and expand our long relationship with the country of Japan, and specifically with the Corporation of Japan Airlines. Welcome back.
The Boeing 787 direct flight to Osaka is in addition to Japan Airlines' current daily service to Tokyo. I'm Yana Kay for LA This Week.
And there's more good news on the tourism front. Officials have come up with the Hollywood Explorers Pass that lets visitors hit all the tourist hotspots without a lot of hassle. Yana Kay explains.
On any given day, Hollywood Boulevard is packed with folks checking out all the different attractions. With so much to see and experience, it can be a challenge to find the time to get to it all. So city leaders and a handful of top Hollywood attractions have come together to launch the new Hollywood Explorer Pass.
We're really excited, kind of just unite all the top Hollywood attractions and businesses together and promote Hollywood as a destination.
Hollywood executives and city leaders gathered at Madame Tussauds to launch the new initiative. The Hollywood Explorer Pass, which is good for 30 days, provides access to a handful of sites for one price, eliminating the need to purchase individual tickets.
This is sort of the packaged best value and also most flexible itinerary so that somebody can come to Hollywood or come to Los Angeles and be able to explore on their own account.
Visitors or tourists can choose from top Hollywood landmarks, including Madame Tussauds, Starline bus tours, Dolby Theater guided tours, or the Hollywood Museum.
It's great because really it just bundles all the main attractions here in Hollywood into one thing. And so it's a great way to kind of see everything at a good value, and everybody wants value.
The Hollywood Explorer Pass costs $69 and will offer residents or tourists a choice of 4 Hollywood attractions. In all, it will save them about $50. City officials say that Los Angeles welcomed 43 million tourists last year, and they hope to attract even more tourist dollars by providing an affordable and valuable experience.
We have a one-of-a-kind brand that cannot be fully recreated anywhere else in the world. So let's own that, let's enjoy it, let's promote it, and let's provide a quality experience here in Hollywood.
A quality experience that officials hope will keep tourists coming back for more. I'm Yana Kay for LA This Week.
The Hollywood Explorer Pass is now available from Madame Tussauds, Red Line, or Star Line tours. And another tourist hotspot has some big news. A new addition will soon appear on downtown LA's business horizon, a sign of growing international interest in the City of Angels. Anna Marcos takes us to a groundbreaking that will change not only LA's economic horizon, but its skyline.
It now lies at the foot of all those tall buildings in downtown LA's sports and entertainment district. But soon the Oceanwide Plaza project will tower over many of them after city leaders broke ground on construction. Oceanwide Plaza will boast 3 high-rise towers, one of them a 5-star hotel. It will provide 500 luxury housing units and 183 new hotel rooms for LA. It's the first project in the U.S. by the Oceanwide Holdings Company, one of China's largest business conglomerates.
With the joint efforts, the economic integration between China and the United States is becoming more and more close.
The continuing expansion of the downtown LA Renaissance has helped fuel this international interest.
This project represents yet another significant example of the confidence that international investors are showing in Los Angeles.
We not only have the most visitors from China, the most residents of Chinese descent, that we have the most investment and companies from China. We also have the most students from China, and they're the next generation of investing and feeling like Los Angeles is their home.
The project will also include commercial space, including a 2-story shopping galleria, restaurants, a rooftop pool, health spa, and nightclub.
Every great city needs a great downtown. This is where we interchange with culture. This is where we interchange with commerce. This is where the jobs are created. And we're now moving in that direction for downtown LA. We're providing that hub that we've always dreamed about.
The project will provide thousands of construction as well as permanent jobs for Angelinos. It is scheduled to open in 2018. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
Oceanwide Plaza is surrounded by LA Live, Staples Center, and the South Park neighborhood. Cinemark, one of the largest movie theater companies in the country, has raised the curtain on a brand new theater in Playa Vista, and officials say it's just the beginning of the area's transformation. Yana Kay reports.
With its lavish seating and enormous movie screen, this new state-of-the-art Cinemark movie theater is now open for business in Playa Vista. Executives say the theater is not only luxurious, but one of the most technologically advanced, offering a 450-seat auditorium, 70-foot ceiling-to-floor screen, and state-of-the-art audio formats with more than 60 speakers. It also comes with luxury lounger recliners that lie flat and a reserve lounge. Moviegoers will also be able to order beer, wine, and high-end food.
It's a great place to come and enjoy dinner. The loungers actually have tables, so you can eat your dinner while you're watching the movie, and it's an extremely comfortable environment. It's a great venue for escaping and going out and watching a great movie.
City officials and executives gathered to officially open Cinemark's state-of-the-art 9-screen movie theater at Runway in Playa Vista.
The ability to use these theaters not just for movies, but to communicate across the country and across the world, this is befitting the entertainment capital of the world.
The new theater will be part of Runway Playa Vista, a new mixed-use development that will offer residents and tourists a wide range of services, including high-end restaurants, retail shops, and other amenities.
Plazas located throughout the property, or people gathering places, water features, fire pits, extensive common area furniture that's going to help promote that stay-a-while concept, if you will.
The theater will bring 100 new jobs to Playa Vista. City officials say the area will eventually grow to house more than 13,000 residents.
This is Playa Vista alive. This is the fulfillment of the promise that people have waited over a decade for.
A fulfillment that officials hope will bring even more development to the area. I'm Yana Kay for LA This Week.
LA already has an earthquake plan to retrofit many of its most vulnerable buildings in the next 5 to 25 years, but many owners can't afford it. Now at last, they might get a financial incentive in the form of a proposed state tax break. Anna Marcos explains.
Van Nuys City Hall may be old and historic, but its earthquake readiness is up to date. The entire building has been seismically retrofitted. City and state leaders are hoping a proposed tax break encourages more property owners to do the same for their older buildings. Assemblymember Adrian Nazarian has introduced Assembly Bill 428, which would give building owners a 5-year 30% tax credit for retrofitting their buildings.
The benefits to this tax credit are enormous. On average, $1 spent to reduce disaster losses provides the nation about $4 in future benefits.
When disaster hits, we will have prepared in a way that saves lives, saves property, and just as importantly, saves Los Angeles itself.
City leaders have joined with Nazarian to support the measure. The bill fits in with Mayor Eric Garcetti's plan to make LA earthquake safe before the next big one hits. He believes it will be much worse than the 1994 Northridge quake.
This bill encourages building owners to take action now.
Earthquakes, they don't understand municipal boundaries. And we have got to prepare ourselves, not just as a city, but we need to work with government across the board.
The city of LA has come up with much stricter earthquake building codes for newer structures in the last 40 years, but there are still more than 1,500 concrete vulnerable buildings and more than 11,000 soft-story buildings, which could crumble during a quake at any time.
The soft story challenge that we have here in the San Fernando Valley is especially pronounced. These are the very same buildings that provide us with so much of our affordable housing in the San Fernando Valley, much of it rent controlled. At the same time, many of these buildings are owned by mom and pop apartment building owners who don't necessarily have the resources to do the upgrades.
The bill now goes to committee before being heard by the full state assembly, then making the rounds in the legislature. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
Mayor Eric Garcetti's own earthquake plan, which sets deadlines for the retrofitting of LA's most vulnerable buildings, is called Resilience by Design. 2 communities take the initiative to beautify their neighborhoods without waiting for the city to do all the heavy lifting. Gil Reyes shows us some get-up-and-go spirit from the valley.
In Pacoima, this happy mom walks away with a new apricot tree to decorate her yard. She can thank the local nonprofit group Tree People for giving away some 400 fruit trees free.
No condition. They can just come, they register, they have to take a workshop on how to take care and plant their tree correctly, and then they can come and get a tree. That's it.
Tree People has organized planting workshops and tree giveaways throughout LA County for nearly 30 years. Donations make this possible. This time, Tree People partners with Councilman Felipe Fuentes and community group Pacoima Beautiful to spruce up one of the valley's oldest neighborhoods. Fruit trees provide more than just garden decor and healthy eating.
So what that means is we cool down our environment, and doing that is far more inexpensive from a resource perspective than turning on your air conditioners.
Weeks later, Councilman Fuentes joined another group taking action to improve their surroundings. That's the Lakeview Terrace Improvement Association. Volunteers cleared out weeds and picked up trash along a 2-mile stretch of Van Nuys Boulevard.
Everyone has a responsibility to keep their property up and come out and make sure the front of their property is kept clean. If there's a problem, they can call the city and the city will respond.
For help with bigger problems like graffiti removal and bulky item pickup, you can call the city's helpline, 311, for assistance. Otherwise, there is no rule against fixing smaller problems on your own, or, better yet, with friends and neighbors. In Lakeview Terrace, Gil Reyes for LA This Week.
Councilman Fuentes also recently teamed with volunteers to freshen up Dyer Elementary School in Sylmar. And LA firefighter fallen in the line of duty gets a permanent memorial and a floor dedicated in his honor. But he has plenty of company as 5 other fallen comrades are also remembered. Anna Marcos has the story.
He collapsed and died while on duty, overseeing the LA Fire Department's Metropolitan Dispatch Call Center. And now Fire Captain Matthew McKnight is getting honored with the unveiling of this memorial. He died of a job-related medical condition. McKnight will also get an entire floor at the dispatch center renamed after him.
When I think about Matt, I think of solid, smart, methodical. I knew Matt as a staff assistant first, had some big fires with Matt. And just like I said, he was methodical, organized, he was preemptive, he was ready for the next step at all times.
About 26 firefighters and civilians and 4 officers manned the LAFD Metropolitan Fire Communication Center, taking about 2,500 emergency calls from citizens each day It can be a stressful and demanding job. City leaders are also honoring 5 other firefighters at the dispatch center who died while on active duty.
Nothing will ever make up for the loss, I know that, of Captain McKnight and these other heroes. But today we do celebrate. We celebrate not a sad occasion, as much as it pains us that they're not here. We celebrate greatness.
McKnight died in August of 2013 after serving the city for more than 31 years. He leaves behind a wife, 2 children, and 2 firefighter brothers. But his memory lives on, along with his fire axe and helmet, which now become part of the permanent memorial in his honor. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
The other 5 firefighters honored were Peter Rose, John Scott Phillips, Michael Hallett, Juan Ojeda, and Rainer Montiel. An expo that showcases the latest technological advances for people living with disabilities. A man faces criminal charges after a 9-year-old child takes a gun to school, and a new park opens in West LA. These stories in CityBeat. The annual Abilities Expo took place earlier this month at the Los Angeles Convention Center and brought out those with disabilities, their caretakers, and service providers in search of resources, information, and devices. The event showcases cutting-edge technology and educational information for the disabled community. Workshops, demonstrations, and performances were featured, including an adaptive dance class showing that even those with limited physical range can still enjoy exercising and dancing.
We see technology making giant changes to what people with a disability can do. It kind of narrows the gap and helps equal things so that people with a disability are able to do so many more things that just anybody else can do.
I'm a paraplegic. I was in a motorcycle accident in 2008, and the Abilities Expo is ways to make disability ability no matter what situation you're in, regardless if you can walk or not walk.
Vendors showcased items ranging from the latest models and wheelchairs to modified vehicles. The LA City Attorney's Office has filed a criminal case against a Valley resident for allowing a 9-year-old child to take a loaded semi-automatic weapon to school after reportedly finding it under a dog bed. 2 other guns were also found in the home that were also allegedly not properly stored.
We allege that a 9-year-old boy brought a loaded semi-automatic weapon to his Tarzana Elementary School. It was loaded, we allege, with a magazine containing 11 rounds.
City Attorney Mike Fewer said a member of the school staff noticed the gun and brought it to the attention of law enforcement. This is the 3rd and latest criminal charge of this kind filed by the City Attorney's Office to increase gun safety through public awareness and education. Carthay Circle Park in West LA has reopened with a brand new irrigation system. The improvements to conserve water were a result of a partnership between the Department of Recreation and Parks and the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. In addition to the new irrigation system, Carthay Circle Park now features regionally compatible grass, plants, and decomposed granite pathways. These changes translate into approximately 243 gallons of water saved. It's a park and rec center named after the singer who made the song La Bamba famous. The Richie Valens Rec Center has undergone some rehab to make playing here a lot more kid-friendly and earth-friendly too. Anna Marcos has more.
Even adults turn into children at the thought of running over the brand new turf at the Richie Valens Rec Center soccer field. And Councilmember Felipe Fuentes is the biggest kid of all as he leads his young charges.
I love running in the grass a lot.
There was a lot of rocks so that when you fell down in the grass, it would hurt. And so not only have we made the grass nicer and the ground softer, we've done it in a way that we're going to go ahead and water smarter so that we don't waste water.
The soccer field not only has new turf, but a new irrigation system that's water efficient.
We chose this park because it had the original irrigation system had been completely was falling apart and it was not maintainable anymore.
The earth-friendly features mean better water conservation. This newly revamped soccer field will save the city 5 million gallons of water each year.
The snowfalls have been diminished and the water is getting less. We're doing more with less at this park.
less water used, and more green underfoot. The kids, it seems, are happy to have all that green to run on. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
In this week's list of things to do, the Big Bunny Spring Fling at the Zoo, an antique kimono market, and the LA Harbor Film Festival. The LA Zoo is celebrating spring with 3 days of exciting activities as part of its Big Bunny Spring Fling from Friday, April 3rd through Sunday, April 5th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day. Fun for youngsters includes photos with Big Bunny, as well as the chance to pet real bunnies. There's face painting, musical entertainment, and costumed characters. All activities are free with paid zoo admission, except Big Bunny photos, which are available for a nominal fee. The Los Angeles Zoo and Botanical Gardens is located in Griffith Park at 5333 Zoo Drive. Go to lazoo.org. If you are interested in Japanese fashion and culture, the antique kimono and hagire pop-up market on Saturday, April 4th can't be missed. It takes place at the Craft and Folk Art Museum at 5814 Wilshire Boulevard from noon to 4 p.m. The event is produced by Rinko Kimino, an established Japanese author, designer, and kimono expert who serves as a cultural ambassador by introducing goods well known in Japan to an American marketplace. Rinko will be bringing antique kimonos and obis, as well as hagire, small pieces of kimono fabric, ready to be imagined into something beautiful. Go to cafam.org/programs for details. And the annual LA Harbor International Film Festival is here from Thursday, April 9th to Sunday, the 12th. The popular Read the Book, See the Movie event kicks off the festival on Thursday, April 9th. This year's selection is The Red Pony by Nobel Prize author John Steinbeck and the 1949 movie version starring Robert Mitchum and Myrna Loy. The film being shown on Friday, April 10th, the official opening night, will be The Magnificent Seven. All films will be shown at Warner Grand Theater, located at 478 West 6th Street in historic downtown San Pedro. For times and the complete film festival schedule, go to laharborfilmfest.com. And that's a look at some upcoming things to do. While most of us celebrate the New Year in winter, many cultures celebrate the New Year in the spring. And over at City Hall, city leaders helped usher in Persian New Year in council chambers, as well as with a special reception in the City Hall Rotunda. Persian New Year, or Norooz, is celebrated by Iranian Americans of varying faiths.
The diversity in their ethnic and religious background, Baha'i, Jewish, Armenian, and Muslim, represents the strength of diversity within the Persian community as well.
It's common when celebrating Norooz to set up a traditional table setting known as the half scene, which includes 7 items, all starting with the letter S in the Persian alphabet. Norooz literally means new day and begins on the first day of spring at the moment of the equinox. That's going to do it for this edition. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ellen Chang. A reminder that you could catch us online at lacityview.org. You can also follow and like us on Facebook. We'll see you back here next week for more of LA This Week.